Hey guys, what's up? And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why you should use the Secura Penta. Because if you mod it correctly, it is a great weapon. And I know that usually in this game, shotguns are like the go-to kind of weapons. But I kind of like to play with things that just aren't shotguns and in general just off-meta picks. So that's why I chose the Secura Penta for this. So this is the build I have right here. It's just a 2-forma build. It's not that expensive. The build I have right here is a crit build. I did try out a status build, and I didn't really like the results I was getting, and I felt like this weapon crits really often, which I found kind of weird because it is only a 25% crit chance, but I mean it works and it's very effective. If you don't know how to get this weapon, basically you have to be in the parent sequence or just buy it from someone that is in the parent sequence. Like I said again, it's not like a weapon that you would take to a boss battle, let's say, like, or like a sortie, and expect to kill them, because that's just not really realistic. This weapon is just basically used for clearing out rooms. In Warframe, we basically have to take on hordes in this game of all types of enemies, because in Warframe we all know when there's one enemy, there's actually 50. So that's why I think that this is just a good weapon in general. So as you can see, I basically just spawned in level 80s of the corrupted enemies, and it's doing pretty good damage, and you can see that I am getting crits very often. This weapon isn't really good against the corrupted heavy gunners just because they have so much armor, and you're not using this weapon to just strip armor, and it's just basically, like I said, for clearing out just big hordes of enemies. So I'm basically using Wukong just for video purposes because I just did not want to die and show you guys just how effective this weapon could be. Now, you could use this weapon as anybody else. Just be aware of where you are when you shoot it, because the grenades do bounce all over the place, and you can kind of make them do tricks and make them bounce off like walls, and they'll end up in like crazy positions. It's actually kind of cool. If you are going to take the Secura Penta to, let's say, a Axie survival, and you're going to go for like 30 minutes, then the secondary you should take should be something that can strip armor, only because at that point, you'll be dealing with heavy gunners and bombards, and they will get affected by the blast proc, which is good. It's not a bad thing, but at that point, you kind of want to kill them quick, unless you are playing Wukong, let's say, because then you really don't care. But if you're playing as, let's say, Banshee, then you would just have a problem, and you kind of just need to deal with it. So right here, I'm just demonstrating that it's really not effective against the heavy gunner. It does okay damage against him, but it's just not something that you would want. Because like I said, at the certain point in the game, we need the heavy gunners to die quickly. And this just isn't the way to do it. Just fine, because the weapon's not made to kill heavy gunners, it's just made to clear rooms. So overall, I would just say this is a fine weapon. I think it's perfectly fine to use anywhere, honestly. It does great damage. Like I said before, just make sure you have a secondary that can strip armor if you're going against the heavy gunners or bombards for a long survival or something, because the other enemies will have a hard time dealing with it. I'm talking about just, you know, every other enemy that's not a heavy gunner and a bombard. Personally, it's one of my favorite weapons. I really like to use it, and I use it a lot. That's besides the point. So, thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.